Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I am back in the 2011 Tacoma. So this would be for any second gen Tacomas, and what I'm planning on doing is putting in an adapter plate. This is a mole panel style mount. It can be used for CB radios or a phone mount, and it goes right in this space right here. So today I'm just installing this, and I'm going to go through some accessories that I purchased and work out how I want to mount my phone for when I'm driving. I have a little sticky pad next to the center console. I also have a little cup holder that has this little side tray that can hold a phone, but the sticky pad's kind of in a weird spot, and the little tray on the side of my cup holder actually makes the phone rattle when I'm driving. So I've been waiting to put this up for a while. Looking forward to it. I'm pretty much just going to go from this mole panel to a RAM mount. On the other end of the RAM mount, there's going to be a 1-inch ball adapter that goes to my quad lock phone case. So this is TEQ Off Road. We're going with their mounting plate. Like I said, it could be CB, ham radio, some kind of mounting plate to hold CB radio equipment, but for me it's strictly going to be for mounting my phone. And I'll show you the adapter for it that comes with it too. The mount for the CB radio comes with the kit, and I'll show you that piece when we get to the end. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pull these buttons, and that just makes it easier for me to get in here with my drill. It comes with self-tapping screws that are Phillips head. There's 6 of them. There's 3 holes on either side of the mount itself. You can see them right here, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So these little self-tapping screws are what we're actually putting in. So like I said, I'm going to pull these buttons and then put the screws in. The kit itself comes with a QR code if you need help with the instructions for installation. But pretty much the only thing it says is just to make sure that you push this all the way up. So from the bottom, I'm just pushing up on this, and that's just making this go up as high as it can go, but you want to keep this flush in the back. So I'm kind of just pushing in and up at the same time to hold it in place. And I'll hold that in place when I put the screws in as well. Alright, I'm just going to pull these buttons off. I do have a video if you're interested in looking for buttons like these. I do have a video for this so you can see which buttons to get. I'm going to take all 3 of these off just so that I don't score them up when I put the screws in. So now I'm just going to get one of the self-tapping screws on the drill and try to get this situated. Get this in place, hold it in place at the same time, and then get one of these screws started like this. And that's it. Now I'm just going to flip over to the other side, get my self-tapping screw set in my drill, get over here where I can reach it from this side, do the same thing. I'm going to hold this in and up at the same time. Get my light on. Oh, of course, drop the screw. That's going to happen. Alright. So get this in. There we go. So now we have 1 screw on each side holding this in place. I'm going to go ahead and put the other ones in. Now there's not going to be a bunch of weight on this, but if I ever want to add something to this panel, I can do that. And I'll already have all the screws in to hold any extra weight. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the screws in while I'm here. Now you don't want to strip these. If you put these in too tight or too fast. The first one I put in, it seemed a little fast. Got a little pucker there at the end, but you don't want to put these in so tight that they strip. It's still going to hold the panel in place as long as the screws don't completely fall out, but just not something you want to do. Alright, last one. Alright, so all 3 screws on each side are now in. Pretty much going to shake the truck to move that around. And now all I want to do is put my buttons back on. Now the shape of these has a little D to it, and so I'm just putting them back on to where it matches with the way the button was when I took it off. Alright, buttons are back on, all the way in. So the next thing we're going to work on is how to mount this up to my phone. As I mentioned before, this comes with a little CB radio adapter plate. So that would get mounted to the side here, and that would hold your CB radio, what you call it, remote. And that comes with the 2 screws and nylock nuts to put that on with the kit. And as I mentioned earlier, my plan is to use a RAM mount arm. So I've got a longer arm and I've got a shorter arm, so I can figure out which I like better. Coming from here, how far out I need to go to be able to mount my phone to where I want it to kind of live. So I just went ahead and picked up both so I can try both out. So there's the 2 RAM arms, and the way these work is I purchased a 1-inch ball, and the 1-inch ball is what's actually going to mount to the rail here. So I'm probably going to put that 1-inch ball somewhere like here, not on the floor. So I've got my 1-inch ball. Figure out where to mount it, because coming up from the ball, that's where I'm going to have this attached, and then on that end, on the open end here, I'm going to have the 1-inch ball that goes to the quad lock mount that actually goes to my phone. So let's see which. Let's get the ball mount in here. Open it up a little bit more. So the 1-inch ball mount is there now. And then the 1-inch ball to the phone goes in the top. Like that. Just going to kind of snug it down a little bit, just to give me an idea on where this is going to land. Might even just move it to the middle. That'll probably work pretty good. I'm actually going to check to see. I have the 1-inch ball mount did not come with nuts, so I'm actually using 2 nuts so that I can tighten it down, and it'll hold. The 2 nuts will hold against each other. But if the nylock nut that came with the RAM kit is actually the same thread, then I can just nylock nut, and it is. So I can just use that nylock nut from the kit that he sent, and I'm just going to use that nylock nut to mount, and that will keep that from coming loose. So once I get that tightened down, I'll just need some wrenches for that. And then my phone goes on that mount. So it'll probably be something like that. I think that'll work pretty good. So the other option would be, let's check it out with the shorter ram mount arm. So here's the shorter ram mount, the ram mount arm. So if I get this kind of snug for a second, so that would go there. Be a little less intrusive. Might be a little too close to the buttons. I might want the mount plate further out so that I can get to any of the buttons. Not that I'm changing that very much, so that's probably not going to be a big deal either. But just wanted to go over some of the options, just show you what I was working with trying to get a phone mount in my 2011 Tacoma. And of course there's all these other mounting holes, so there's other things that you could mount on here as well. So it's pretty versatile. Looks like it's some kind of powder coated, and it's just milled aluminum. Like I said, it comes with the mounting screws. Those are just self-tapping Phillips head screws. There's 6 of them, 3 for each side. It also comes with that CB radio mount. So that's another nice feature to have if you're getting this particular for a CB radio. And that is, let's see here. Okay. So that is the actual part. And there's all the information for TEQ Off Road if you need it. But I'll have the link in the description. Everything you need will be in there, so you won't have to look for that. And it also came with stickers. So there's 10 horsepower in stickers, so just letting you know you get those as well. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to just do the detail work on the side on my own to figure out exactly how I want to get the mount set up, get my wrenches out and get that tightened up. And because I'm actually filming with my phone, I can't show you the phone mounted to the mount with the phone camera, so we're going to have to skip that part. But you get the idea. There's a little adapter plate that's actually on the back of the phone here, and it goes right to that. It snaps right onto this plate here. So I've got a little stand ring that's in the back of the quad lock phone case for my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. I take that ring out and then take the phone and set it at an angle, and it goes into these grooves, these little tabs. And then when you turn it, the tab that was here on the phone locks in behind on all 4 of these, and that's how the quad lock works, quad 4 lock. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up, but before you leave, please take the time to like the video, share the video if you know anybody that's looking for something like this, and also subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.